What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review for Belle Collective, Season 3, Episode number 6. And this episode was titled The Sunjai Also Rises. So before we go ahead and get into this review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then do me a solid favor and please stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, you guys, without further ado, let's get into Belle Collective, shall we? All right, you guys. So the first thing that I want to say about Belle Collective is right now, currently, Belle Collective is actually one of my favorite shows to tweet about, watch, and even review, because I love the fact that all the ladies on Belle Collective, you know, they interact with me on social media and they are so kind to me. They don't take anything that I say seriously. They know I think they can tell when I'm joking and not, you know, most times when I'm talking about the ladies, I'm just being facetious and I'm just joking, and they laugh at my jokes. So that is one thing that I can say that I'm very appreciative of when it comes to the Bells, right? So this episode, we open up right where we left off with Selena and So Gucci, right? And I still have I stand where I felt like I stood last week, right? So the situation with Selena and So Gucci, I think that there's equal blame on both parts, right? I feel like Selena should have just, you know, when So Gucci came over there and spoke to Tambra and Tambra only, I feel like Selena should have just let that slide, right? Be like, oh, okay, girl, so that's the only person that she sees. Cool. Whenever she around me, I'm gonna act like she's a brick wall and just kind of let her go on, right? But also with So Gucci, it doesn't hurt you to speak to this woman. You talked to her at the baby shower. So what has happened from the baby shower to now is the question that I pose. What has happened? And we don't know. So the fight happens, right? So I did see So Gucci jump at Selena, right? And Selena tossed her drink at So Gucci. For them to sit there and say that Selena, you know, started it, I didn't really see that, and I want you guys to tell me where do you stand? Like, I don't think that Selena started this. I actually feel like it was So Gucci. But again, I am here to hear all opinions, but that's my opinion. I feel like So Gucci jumped at her, and you know, Selena reacted. So they had to break it up. They separated the ladies, and Latrice just wanted both Selena and So Gucci to leave. Understandably so, right? This is her event, and she didn't expect for this to go down. I don't know if Latrice is maybe just expecting them to slightly shade each other. I don't know what Latrice was expecting, right? I guess she was expecting for them to be cordial and get along with each other, right? So I do love the fact that Letitia went up to Latrice and was just basically telling Latrice, this ain't your fault. And, you know, I love how supportive she was of her, right? So we finished that scene and we see that Willie has returned back to Mississippi, right? So he's, you know, guys know he's been up in New York. He's been working and doing all kind of stuff, right? So he's back in New York. He says that if the Jets go to the, you know, they're in the playoffs, if they continue to go forward, he'll still be in New York. But we know that the Jets didn't make it to, you know, they didn't make it. So I'm pretty sure he was right back home. So when I saw Ikea and his kids, I was like, ooh, I know her hands are full. 2 kids and they both are toddlers. Oh my Lord. So I know Ikea was happy for Willie to be home. Like, God damn, come back home and help me with these motherfucking kids, nigga. Come back home. So they talked about Ferris Street, and to be quite honest with you guys, as much as I do like Ikea this season, I wasn't listening to what she was saying about Ferris Street, you guys. Because here's my thing when it comes to Ferris Street. We have been talking about Ferris Street for 3 seasons at this point now. So when are we going to get the ball rolling with Ferris Street? That's my real true question. When are we going to get the ball rolling on Ferris Street? Because at this point, I'm really tired of hearing about Ferris Street. It's really starting to give me the comeback crew on That's what it's really giving me. It's giving me the comeback crew. Hey, there's a Fair Street project. Because I just Googled Fair Street and there's a Fair Street project. I ain't got time to read this article, but there is a, if you guys want to look it up, it's on olemiss.edu. There's a Fair Street project. If they are going to go through with, again, like I say, I just hope that there are a lot of articles on Fair Street hopes. New generation wants to see Fair Street brought back to life. It says here, Fair Street was once a booming black entertainment and business district in Jackson. It now suffers, an ad will pop up in my face. It now suffers from the same infrastructure and black success seen also across the capital city. Despite many failed attempts of revitalization, there are some who still believe Fair Street can thrive once again. A new generation of Jacksonians want to see the historic street brought back to life. I am what you would call an heir of Fair Street. Oh, this is Akeisha. Ikea. My family has been on the street for over 100 years, Akeisha Holly Cologne said. Holly Cologne and her family have owned land on Fair Street since 1896. She was born on the street and she even got married there. This is Ikea. So what are we doing? Like, here's my thing. Like I said, I just want, if they're going to revitalize it, can we go ahead and do it? Because I would actually, if they revitalize it, I would actually like to go and visit. Like, I really would. But hey, that's all I got. If you guys want to check this article out, let me know. And yeah, this is about Akeisha. Come on, Akeisha, you in the news, girl. I see you. I see you. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So this next scene, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I wasn't the happiest watching this scene with JJ and So Gucci. This is why I tweeted last week that I feel like Selena needs a spot on this show, right? Because JJ and So Gucci have the opportunity to say what they want about Selena, but Selena can't come back and say, oh, da 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 da, and have a rebuttal to what they're saying. Because in this scene, they're talking about the fight with So Gucci and Selena, right? So the main thing that I keep noticing is, and it's the same on both sides. I'm as much as I'm gonna say what I said about So Gucci and JJ, it's the same for Selena, right? And I think Selena gets to say what she thinks and feels through Latrice, right? So they're trying to paint it off as Selena is jealous of So Gucci and JJ. Do I think that's the case? Not necessarily. I don't. Do I think that JJ, like, I'm going to talk about what Latrice says, that JJ is still in love with her. Do I think JJ is still in love with Selena? I don't know if he's still in love with her, but I definitely do believe that there are still some feelings there. There's still something there, right? So then they were talking about Selena. They were, the way that they were talking about her, it was almost as if they were implying that Selena is a deadbeat mother. And I was just like, wait a minute. That's not something we finna sit here and do. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't want us to imply that she's a deadbeat, because that ain't cool. So then they want to talk about the fact that they feel like Latrice set this situation up. And I was like, how did Latrice set this up? Latrice came to the baby shower. Y'all were cordial with each other at the baby shower. So if I'm Latrice, I'm thinking, okay, these two women got along at the baby shower. I wouldn't expect for them to get into a fist fight at my damn wig launch. I just wouldn't expect that. Really wouldn't. But yeah, this scene right here, I just did not like it. And that's why I was like, yeah, I really feel like we need to bring Selena on as a cast member next season, because we need to hear her story firsthand. We need to hear her story, because I just did not like that. So next up is Letitia. So Letitia sat down with a client, right? So this client, I think her name is Misha. Misha. Is her name Misha? I forgot what her name was. But she's a nurse and she wants to get into entrepreneurism, right? So she came to the wig launch, and this whole episode just basically consisted of all the ladies having a conversation about what happened at the wig launch, right? So I guess in this situation, it's gonna be up to Letitia to bring the ladies all together so that they can sit down and basically address their issues with each other. And I think that could work, but I don't think it's gonna work. It could work in theory, but it's not gonna work. I think it's gonna be a bunch of arguing and a bunch of cattiness, right? Because I think that some of the women's issues with each other are very stupid and very trivial. And I'll talk about one of them in just a little bit, right? Because one of them, she's this whole season so far, we are what? How many episodes in? We're 6 episodes in, and one particular Belle just talks about one other Belle every chance she gets, and I'm like, girl, you coming off as obsessed. And I want to put this on the forefront. I don't dislike anybody on Belle Collective. I like all the Belles. I like Latrice. I like Marie. I like Letitia. I like Tambra in her hair. I like So Gucci, and I like Akeisha Ikea. I like all the Belles. I don't have an issue with any of the Belles, right? Now, last season I wasn't the fondest of Akeisha Ikea, but this season I'm liking her, right? So let's pause here and move forward. So here's the scene that got me, right? So we see Marie. So Marie and her daughter Zuri, they're at a dance class. So she's not. So does the dancing doll still exist? Let me know in the comment section if it does, right? But neither here nor there, right? So Gucci, they stopped. She stopped by. She stopped by. She just drove by and saw Marie's car there. So she just came in and has a microphone on her, right? But they talk about the wig launch, right? And here's my thing with Marie. It's one thing to hear what she's saying, right? And then she says that she feels like Latrice was fake crying. And then you ask her why you think she was fake crying, right? And then she says she feels like Latrice did this knowing that there was some tension between her and Selena. Ma'am, she came to Sunjai's baby shower. You and her were cool at the baby shower. So how the fuck we get from, okay, y'all are cordial at the baby shower and I'm cool with you and I'm cool with Selena, I want to invite y'all to my wig launch. Then y'all get to the wig launch and both of y'all motherfucking asses are showing y'all's asses at my motherfucking wig launch. And I tweeted this last night. And I tweeted this last night and Latrice laughed at me, right? Because you guys, it's really true. You got to think about it. I like Marie, right? But anytime someone mentions Latrice's name, Marie loses her shit, right? She talks about Latrice. She just keeps talking about Latrice. It's like, girl, stop it, right? And, you know, I said this last night on Twitter that Latrice could sneeze and Marie be like, oh, see, Latrice is messy. That's just how Latrice is. She's messy. She sneezed on you and she's just messy. Like, that's just, literally that's what I get from Marie. And I like Marie. I really do. I like Marie and her finger waves. But I just feel like it's obsessive with Latrice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So then next up we got Latrice and Tambra, right? So they met up at the park. And like I said, this episode was mostly about the girls meeting up and talking about what happened. I like this as opposed to what happens on Zeus Network. Because with the Zeus Network, that takes up 2 or 3 episodes. They talk about the fact that at the party, Selena, oh Jesus, my throat is itching, you guys, that's why. So they talked about the fact that Selena felt triggered by So Gucci, right? And I'm gonna give Selena that maybe you did feel triggered, right? But like Latrice said, even if you did feel triggered, that didn't give you right or cause or justification for putting your hands on So Gucci. So there's no excusing that. That's inexcusable. To put your hands on somebody, that's disrespectful, right? Completely disrespectful. So that's really that. Let's pause here and wrap up this episode. So the next scene, we could have kept it because I really didn't need to see Lil Boosie in the studio. Didn't care about Lil Boosie being in the studio. So I guess Lil Boosie is really still trying to work on this song. Lil Boosie, you really should have kept your money because I don't know if this song for you, buddy. But hey, if Letitia like it, I love it. Shout out to Letitia, right? Because I tweeted about Letitia last night and she laughed at both of my tweets. The one tweet, she quote retweeted me and I was like, girl, I am done. So I tweeted that if Letitia takes Lil Boosie back, that I hope he's changed, right? And so she quote retweeted me talking about not Lil Boosie. Then she put a picture of her and actual Boosie together. I was like, girl, I am done. Because that is Glenn's twin. Glenn and Boosie are twins. Like, they were separated at birth. Because they look alike. Like, Glenn and Boosie look alike, right? They look so much alike. So JJ went down to the studio with Lil Boosie, and JJ is telling Lil Boosie his interpretation from what So Gucci told him happened with this fight. Again, JJ was not there to see what happened with this fight, so you are going off of the words of your wife, and rightfully so. You're gonna take your wife's side, right? But that ain't what happened, my dude. That is not at all what happened with this fight. So where we at again? This is why I don't like when people do. This is the telephone game. I don't like it at all. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Because he's trying to make it out that Selena was talking about she was on TV first, and Gucci said, "Well, I'm on this show." No, 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 no. Gucci called her extra, and she said, "Bitch, I was on TV before you, and I was married to JJ before you. So you're my replacement. You're like a replacement or a second place to me." That's what happened, not Selena. Like, So then JJ wants to say that he feels like this whole situation was pre-planned. So you literally think that Latrice would ruin her own wig launch like that? You you really believe she would do that? Okay. So we see Marie's daughter. She was in a Christmas parade. And so Gucci and Sunjai were both there, right? So Gucci, she was in her interview talking about this is all on Selena. This is all Selena's fault. No, it was not. It takes two to tango. Like I said, there's equal fault on both parts. So Gucci came into that party with a stank attitude. The way you hugged Latrice, you had a stank attitude. The way you walked by Selena, that was stank. And you could have just said, "Hi." Hey, you could have said, "Hey, Tambra." Hey. Do the fake church lady. "Hey, baby." Like, hey, like, do that. That's all you had to do. You just brushed past her. Now, like I said about Selena could have just said, "You know what? I know this raggedy hoe didn't just walk by me, and I'm not calling So Gucci a hoe. So don't be like, you just called her a hoe." I'm talking in general, you guys. But like, I know this hoe didn't just walk by me. Okay, girl. I got your motherfucking penny, nickel, and dime. I got you, hoe. Again, I'm not calling her a hoe, so don't be like JB. I'm not calling her a hoe. I'm just talking in general. So when I wish Marie hadn't gotten involved in this, right? Because she wants Sunjai and So Gucci to have a conversation with each other, right? I'm like, you shouldn't do that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you, right? And then on top of that, when it comes to So Gucci and Sunjai, she's gonna have her mama's back regardless. So you can say whatever the hell you want to say, but that girl's gonna have her mama's back. Period. Point blank. But that's all I got, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel and turn your post notifications on. Share the video, you guys. Until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.